Hi everyone, my name is Kita, and today we're going to be playing I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. To you guys, it's going to look like nothing happened, hopefully. Um, but I recorded for 2 hours and 45 minutes yesterday, because I was super into this game, and I have a bad habit of not stopping when I'm super into a game. And, the whole video got corrupted, and it was my own fault. Uh, wasn't on OBS, and this time it was not on Adobe. It was my fault completely. I didn't have enough room on my computer to hold that quality of video for that amount of length. So instead of uh, taking the video and just cutting it where it maxed out my computer, the whole video just corrupted. So I lost almost 3 hours of gameplay. Luckily, I like the game enough that I'm going back and I'm playing that whole 3 hour section again. But just in case there are choices with the spiral like we saw in part 1 that might happen, and we're going to have to skip those choices because it's not what I did the first time through. Um and we will do the spiral choices later in our second playthrough, but right now I'm just trying to get us back to I think my 3 hour video cut right about Glow at age 13, so almost 2 years. Uh, so we'll get there, and hopefully you guys aren't too upset. I'm willing to play through and get back to where I was. Alright, so let's go ahead and into it. Okay. Tangent. Oh, that's right. Professor Hal died. That's right, that happened last episode. Tangent is storming around the quad in front of engineering, checking notes on her holopalm, gesturing and grunting in frustration. Ugh, this is the worst. What's the matter? I can't possibly, she says, her voice cracking. She seems too upset to even explain it. Professor Hal. She tries again. Hal. He was helping me with this physics chapter, and now he's... She throws her hands in the air, virtual holopalm screens flying everywhere. I can't understand this without him. This is impossible, she chokes out. Why did he have to die? And first time I played this through, I was like, oh no, I don't know if Tang wants a hug. But that's what we chose to do, so I'm gonna do it. And she takes it okay. She stiffens, then lets you hold her. You can feel her shaking. You think she might be crying, but when she finally pulls away, her eyes are dry. Thank you, Kita, she says. I know you're having a hard time with this as well. Nothing is easy on Fortuna. When even the adults can't protect themselves, it's obvious we're on our own out there. And we don't have enough engineering to get the extra points and get closer to her, but, well, good luck. Tang nods, going back to her notes. Thank you, she mumbles. It was more like thank you. Alright. I'm going to settle for making my videos only an hour long from now on as well. And we're good on our stress. Maybe we should increase our... Well, no, we should probably increase toughness for a bit, because we have a bonus on that. So let's go ahead. Yeah. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, Vandergroup. Bam. Yeah, we'll shovel dirt for a bit. Hey, Squirt, your mom calls out to you. Don't you think it's time you started thinking about what you're gonna do when you're older? You look at her in confusion. Isn't she always telling you to stay in school? She chuckles. You gotta think about it sometime, kid. How about you come join your folks on the farm, if you think you're up for it? And we got toy and biology, so we're ready. Your mom claps you on the back. Oof. She's just as strong as she looks. Great, she says. Come see me in geoponics when you're ready to start. It'll be more fun than wheeling dirt around, I promise. Farming in geoponics. Okay. Since this isn't going to be a straight, nope. years? Well, could we... 6, 5... No. And we get +3 from 1 challenge, super goal, and heroic status. Nice. You've been having weird dreams as usual. They seem to get worse around glow. You wake from a dream that has tears drying on your face, though you can't remember why, just that you were terrified. Whatever it was, it felt real enough that for a moment you just lie in bed with your eyes closed and you try to calm your breathing. You wearily rub your eyes and... Surprise! Oh, it's your birthday. Your dad leaps under your bed and gives you a big cuddle. Happy birthday, little tomato head. 12 years old now. Wow. Can you believe it? No. Your mom answers for you, laughing as she hands you your presents. It was just yesterday Antecedent was showing me how to change your diaper. Because it's your birthday, your parents have brought in food from the canteen so you can all eat together on your bed. As you stuff your face with savory tofu chunks, you open your presents. Which one is your favorite? We got a bouquet of exotic flowers from Mom, a stuffed xenofauna from your dad. Let's all be honest, the dad knows me best because I was really tempted to take that stuffed animal. And then a photofauna from your best friend. And I did take the photofauna. You guys guess who it's from? Because I didn't know. A phonophoner, this instrument is part flute and part paintbrush, and uses a neural link to paint holograms in the air as you play. How did Tangent know? Tangent is our bestie. I freaking called it. What a great gift. You can't wait to practice in the lounge. Everyone's going to love it. I knew Tangent and I were besties. As your dad clears away the wrapping paper and dishes from breakfast, your mom folds her hands on the table and gives you a serious look. Uh-oh. So she says, we've been here 2 years now. I know your dad and I have always said you're in charge of your schedule, but we've been keeping an eye on you. Okay. A loving eye. Your dad interjects, stuffing wrapping paper into the recycler pickup bin. A trusting, gentle eye. Professor Howell used to tell us all the time about how hard you're trying in school. Your mom continues, that's great. Your dad and I are really proud of you. Working might seem fun and grown up when you're a kid, but if you want to do more than manual labor, you'll need some book smarts too. Your dad joins you again, so it's time to start thinking about how you're going to contribute to a colony when you're older. At the look on your face, he laughs. Don't worry, we're not going to make you get a job right now. We're just asking, what do you want to be when you grow up? So the first time I did this, I looked at these options and I didn't really care for any of them. And because I would more like to be a monster tamer than a hunter. And I don't really care about being an idol or anything about the sports team. Teachers are underpaid. So I was like a farmer or a mom. And I'm like, I'm very family oriented, so I picked a mom with like 10 kids. You can't help but babble. Antecedent has 5 kids, but you think 10 is a better number. You've already chosen names for all of them. The oldest will be Quishents, then Palimpsest, or Pali for short, then Turquoise, then Salvia, or Sequester if it's a boy. Your mom's eyebrows shoot up to her hairline. Really? She stammers, you don't want to be a scientist or an explorer or anything. I would love to be an explorer. That was not one of the options, Mom. Your dad pats her shoulder. Now, Falulu, he says. That's a very Earth attitude. You're right, your mom replies and turns back to you. Having children is a very important job for a fledgling colony like ours. People who want to have children should have as many as they want. That's how we'll know we're strong. Well, your mom starts to get up. I'm sure your friends all want to wish you a happy birthday. She stops and snaps her fingers. Oh, you might not have considered a career as a depot clerk, but Al and Bernie mentioned their daughter Mars is working there, and she needs some help. She just wants to put work on other people. Now that people can freely order luxuries, it's pretty busy there. Sure beats shoveling dirt, your dad laughs. If you don't take that job, you tell Mars I'll be right there. Your mom rolls her eyes and smiles. They have a good relationship. There we go. so... We can do toughness again. We do need toughness 40, and we're still in that time period. Actually, you know what? I do want to go out at least once this month. In case there's an event, and I think there might be. Go. Go, sneak out. Break the rules. Where's my mouse? There it is. Sneak past. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Why is that getting a... Oh, it's a social card. Oh, that makes sense. Let's swap that then. Oh, nice. You skull under the trees at the edge of their operation, so we sneak past. I believe we've already done it, that's why I'm skipping over reading it. Ooh, Android grew too. Nice. We'll try to plant something even though it doesn't work. Oh, that's right. So when we hit these little bars, we get perks. Perception gives us highlighted collectibles, which is okay. I don't particularly need it. Hello. Go ahead and save. We're going to call this continuing from 12. Just in case I have any further problems. And I don't think it's the game's fault, by the way. I think it's all, like, my error, the software's error. It's not the game at all. You hear a sad hiccuping sound and follow it to find a sick Hopeye. It's hunched down low, its foot completely nestled under its body and shivering uncontrollably. Its enormous eyes roll around in confusion and fear at your approach. Ready to get home with you. Actually, no, I'm gonna do that. Do that. Do that. Okay. A lot of 3s. Oh, it's not the highest, it doesn't matter. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of changing around, guys. There we go. It's like 16. But, hey, do I have anything that's a +1? No, I don't. Get 18. Oof. 2, 3, 4. Ah, becomes 2. That sucks. At least that wins, but it still sucks. Oh, we lose a stress point. Popeye hisses and tries to bite you. It doesn't want to be touched. You throw your jacket over it, then carefully pick it up and put it in your pack. You crack the zipper a bit to give it some fresh air. Your dad helps you make a little nest for it in an empty part of the geoponics barns. Every day you bring it food and water and gradually nurse it back to health. Cal takes an active interest in the recuperation. Utopia says that Hopeyes don't really have a gender, he says, as you're washing out the pen together. Or maybe she said they're both, and they're really social? So what are you gonna name them? And I thought these names were hilarious. Mrs. Hoppington, Sir Hops-a-Lot, Optimus Prime, Hop Solo, and then there's something else. I I said Sir Hopsalot. A valiant Hopeye striding forth to do battle at your side, at least when the foes you face are as tiny as they are. And then we get a little pet. Cal offers the Hopeye a piece of bobber fruit. Cute! Sir Hopsalot plucks the fruit from Cal's hand and hops into your lap to snuggle down and nibble on it. Cal snaps a photo with his hollow palm and shares it, captioning it Friends for Life. Yeah, he's cute. You guys are gonna love this. Watch this. Oh, hold on. Got a lot of perception. Okay, so I want to show you guys. Oh yeah, look, he's a little hop. He follows you around. It's so cute. Oh, there's Cal. What's up, Cal? You catch Cal at the gate to the gardens. He's carrying a big bucket of rocks. Hi, Kita, he exclaims. He pauses to pat your pet on the head. And hello to you too, Sir Hopsalot. Oh, I'm supposed to tell you there's a new park near Geoponics now, Cal says. We can run around all we want, and nobody will say we're trampling the fields. You should come play there sometime, and bring Sir Hopsalot. They'll love it. Okay, sounds good. I'll probably do that next month, though. Because we probably can do at least one more activity before we're tired out. And I'm just looking around for an item. But I don't think there's one in here this month. So we'll go ahead and work on our toughness again. Yeah, this does biology and toughness, but the thing is, if we do really well, it's going to increase the biology, not the toughness. So that's why we're still going to do shovel dirt. You join Cal at a particularly fragrant pile of compost. He's trying to use his hoverboard as a wheelbarrow, carefully pushing compost off it into the pile. Don't you just love this? Cal asks excitedly. Your hoverboard? Yeah, it's cool. No, he laughs. I mean just this. He waves his arms, dirt encrusted up to the elbows, to take in the entire greenhouse. We get to help plant stuff and watch it grow. Even if we're just moving dirt around, we're still helping. Why do you like it so much? Well, he considers. I like digging holes in the dirt because it's so full of surprises down there. I found a worm. Wait, let me see if I can find her again. He sticks his hand to the compost and rummages around, his tongue sticking out of his mouth. Oh, put your tongue back in your mouth, honey. Not near the compost. I guess she got away, he says after a minute. She was real shiny, like a rainbow. A worm? You sure it was a worm? Wait, he says, I just thought of a thing I like better. He shows you his splayed hands, getting dirt under my fingernails. He laughs. I don't know why, but it's the best. What a kid. I actually don't think I've seen that event. So it's nice that even though I'm replaying the next 3 hours, that there are events I still haven't seen. Yeah, that works. You don't have to use an item, it's fabulous. Yeah, see, we get more toughness. How much toughness do we have now? 32. Nice. We really need to take advantage of those little status effects. They're actually really helpful. Ooh, egg. Okay, we probably can do one more thing and then we have to rest, but then we'll explore like the last part of this season. I'm sure nobody's got anything to say to me. Nope, it looks like we are good. So what to do? I think we could do reasoning. We could finish toughness. Not finish toughness. Oh my gosh, I don't know what the heck I'm thinking. You know what, let's go study for a bit. We need reason. We also need persuasion as well. Maybe we should do some of that. Because we need to get our persuasion up to 20, and we are nowhere near that. You're running late for humanities class. When you arrive, everyone is gathered in the beanbags around the room's big holo projector. Chip's computer congruence is displayed on it. She's giving today's lesson, reading an old book of Earth poetry. You sit down next to Tang and nudge her in motion. What's up with this? Tang frowns at you. You missed the announcement, she whispers. Because Professor Hal died, congruence... Oh my god, that's a math joke. It's congruence. I've been playing this game for how many hours? We'll be teaching this class from now on. Then she frowns at everything in general. They said everyone else who might be qualified is too busy, and no, they didn't ask me. I miss Professor Hal. You try to keep your voice down, but congruence literally has ears everywhere. I miss Professor Hal as well, she says, her monitor swinging over to you. He was a very special human. Wait, you asked out loud. Congruence can like people? Of course I can like people, she replies. There's humor in her, not a voice. I carried you inside me for 20 years after all. How could I not get attached? Fair point. Oh yeah, I hate when they lock in a card. Yeah, that's not gonna help, is it? Oh, we did it. Yay. Oh, it increases our creativity and our persuasion. Oh, that sucks. Now we have 6 persuasion. We are just real not good at the yellow skills. Your dad comes back from work one day looking seriously under the weather. He's pale with deep circles under his eyes and he keeps sneezing. It's fine, he insists. It's just all this pollen in the air. It's gunking up the old air tubes. Do you remember hay fever, Fululu? We always got it back on Earth, too. Your mom frowns and crosses her arms. We did, she agrees, so why isn't it bothering me? You're a lot tougher than me, Sweet Pea, your dad says, and your mom rolls her eyes. I'm sure I just have to get used to it like you did, he continues. Maybe I'll go for a stroll outside the gates later, really get a good lungful of the stuff. I feel bad for a few weeks, but after that I'll be fine. Your mom raises both her eyebrows. Outside the gates. You. Your dad shrugs, then he falls into a fit of sneezing and can't answer. Your mom directs him to go lie down on their bed. You need rest, not machismo. She scolds him. I don't have a Achoo! Your dad sneezes. A macho bone in my body, Fufu. And I have to fertilize the corn and the pixie beans this week. Your mom grunts. Your dad pulls a handkerchief from his pocket and sneezes into it a few times. Big, yelling honk sneezes that echo through your whole quarters. He pulls away from his face, and you can tell that something's wrong. Huh, your dad says weakly, holding the handkerchief away from his face. It's bright fuchsia pink and glittering in the light. That's weird. Then his eyes roll back in his head, his knees buckle, and your mom yells for you to call Instance. Chief Engineer Instance takes your dad's vitals and gives him a cursory look over, but she seems satisfied with what she sees without having to do it for a thorough examination. The explorers have started calling this the shimmer, she says, shining a light down your dad's throat. He's looking a little better, but not much. It's an airborne environmental toxin, likely in the pollen fog. Will he be okay? It doesn't seem to cause long-term damage to the body, Instance explains. She gestures in the air, making notes on her hollow eye that only she can see. Can I also just take a second, sorry that I'm not reading this, but just take a second to say that we are 12. We just asked her if our father will be okay. And she says this is not going to cause long-term damage to the body. When a 12-year-old asks you if your dad is going to be okay and not die, you say, if he will be okay, that he will be okay. You don't word it this way. And I don't think that's on the writing of the game. I think it's the fact that these kids are genetically encoded and are just smarter than the average 12-year-old, but all I can think of is the fact that we're 12 and we somehow understand this. I've been tracking its effects for 3 seasons now. The toxin is flushed out of the body after 3 to 5 days, and it's not contagious. She looks down at your father. What that means for you, Geranium, which is our father's name. Since you're particularly susceptible to the toxin, you should be taking pains to avoid exposure. If you must go outside during pollen, use a respirator. Your dad smiles weakly. You got it, boss, he says. Your mom smiles and puts her hand over his. As your literal boss, I'm ordering you not to come into work for the rest of the week, she says. You're on strict bed rest. She leans in to touch her forehead to his. They stay like that, smiling with relief. They have a good relationship. Even after one day of bed rest, your dad is looking a lot better. He's clearly anxious to get back out into the fields. You're gonna love this new crop, Kita. It's called a pixie bean. They glow in the dark. He's already pulling on his boots. The fields look so beautiful at night. I'm happy that we finally found something that would actually grow here, that isn't soy or soy. Okay, now we're mid-pollen. Your holopalm pulses with a message from Tang. Hello, Kita. If you're not occupied, could I ask for your assistance in the lab? Thank you in advance, Tangent. Typical Tang. But her asking for help is something so rare that you can't help but head over right away. You find her hunched over a spectrometer, making notes on a holo screen. Oh, you're here, she says, blinking rapidly. She looks like she's been awake for days, wrinkled, a little shiny, and with the wild-eyed look of someone who needs a cup of blep tea. Blep. I came as soon as I could. I'm researching the shimmer, the respiratory illness some people report during pollen, she says. I'm loath to admit it, but I need your assistance. Be loath to admit that, we're friends. She takes four vials with swabs inside and puts them into your hands. I need recent saliva samples from both you and your father, she says. There must be a reason why he's so susceptible to the shimmer and you're not. You share half of your genetic code with him. There must be some marker we can compare between the two samples. Then she continues, pulling another vial from a rack of test tubes. Administer this to yourselves, wait 3 days, and take the samples again. The test should be able to determine if anything in your body chemistry has changed. Tang looks at you very seriously, cutting through her bleary expression. There's something going on here, she whispers. Something really, really big. I've begun to realize this is more than just curing a disease. She squeezes your hand so hard it almost hurts. Unlocking the secrets of the shimmer, who it affects and why. It could lead to a greater understanding of all life on Vertumna. And knowledge is more than power, Kita. It's control. Okay, I'll do it. So, here are things I still don't know the consequences to. So that increased our friendship with Tan, but we also have +1 shimmer cure and +1 help tangent. I don't know if these are good things. Thank you, Tang says. I've been researching so hard, I think my eyes are going to fall out of my head. And for what? Well, for the end of a debilitating disease is a pretty good reason, but Tang just shakes her head at herself before you can answer. We're at a disadvantage here, she mutters. We're fighting blind. We need to understand this planet if we're going to get it under control. Yes, I know I need a break soon. You don't have to tell me. I know. So, I don't know if I have to... Nah, we just do it. Okay. And there are no items. Okay, so... We already slept on the wall, I believe, in like the last episode. So, let's go ahead and try in here. Because usually when we do something for the first time, we activate an event. You and Cal walk through the park, a special place set aside for growing ornamental plants from Earth. It was grown from a precious seed bank, preserved for over 20 years aboard the Stratospheric before your mother started planting them here on Vertumna. Almost nothing here is grown for food, though many of them are technically edible. It's so green here, Cal says, stopping to smell a bush of fist-sized red flowers with velvety petals. Wow, they smell so sweet. My mom worked really hard on this. Your mom brought these flower seeds from Earth, and somehow found the time to cultivate them here, even though there was so much work to do on the farm. It just goes to show that there's a lot about your mom that you still don't know. It's so peaceful. Cal breathes deep, a funny smile on his face. It really is. This is one of my favorite places in the whole colony. You can really feel the love in every plant. One pretty white flower in particular is flourishing here, the Astrania. Astrantia? Your mother's favorite. It seems to be growing faster than even native plants do, covering the past bluffs with tiny white stars. You practically have to push clumps of it aside in some places just to make sure you don't crush any. Good thing it's so beautiful. And we have gotten closer to Cal. Yeah, I'll get rid of the 1. Really wish I could get rid of some of these zeros, though. Alright. And now we're gonna go... Oh, Cal. Hey. What's up, buddy? Hold this to your head now, my darling, you hear as you enter the garden looking for Cal. It'll help with the swelling. Cal is sitting with his mother, Auntie Tira, who kneels beside him holding an ice pack to his head. Cal's eyes are a little puffy. He rubs them and sniffs as you approach. Hello, Kita, Tira greets you with a kind smile. Don't worry, oh, that's right. Recalcitrance. That's Cal's name. Recalcitrance. Just took a tumble off of something he shouldn't have been climbing. I'm gonna have to look up what recalcitrance is, because I feel like every name in here is like a reference to math, or a star system, or something. Someone look up recalcitrance. Mom, Cal complains, it wasn't that bad. Are you gonna be okay? I'm okay, Cal reassures. I just bonked my head a little. Mom always knows how to make it better, he says with a boyish smile, even if I'm old enough to take care of myself. My brave boy, Tira says, stroking his hair. Thanks for humoring me. She looks over to you. Don't let him show off for you, Kita. Ground-based feats of bravery only for the rest of the day. Cal whines and wrinkles his nose. Cal's strength. Tira laughs and wraps him in a big motherly hug, rocking him back and forth. Despite his protest, Cal's eyes close in happiness. He really loves his mom. Yeah, Cal is really sweet. Yeah, that didn't give us too much. Yeah, so now we're gonna go out. Well, actually, let's save. I don't know if there's an event this month or not, so... I don't remember. I didn't write any of it down because I was like, ah, it's recording and we're just having fun. So there's no event outside, so there's no reason to go outside. Let's do... You do more persuasion, or yeah, let's do persuasion. You should have known better, Tangent, you hear as you walk past the laboratory. Curious, you listen to the door. Chief Energy Instant sighs. I know you meant well, but your presumption has cost us 3 months of work. You can't simply look at an experiment and change the parameters to your liking. Getting results is not the same as doing good science. Your findings, however scientifically interesting, are useless to us without sound methodological underpinnings. These frickin' words. Tang's response is more subdued than you've ever heard her before. I'm sorry, Chief Engineer, she mumbles, looking down at the floor. I recognize the error of my ways. I should hope so, Instance replies, pinching the bridge of her nose in her fingers. I'll expect you in the lab first thing tomorrow morning, and I will personally supervise your work in resetting the experiment. You flatten against the wall as Instant breezes past you, barely giving you a second look as she strides down the hallway. You poke your head inside the laboratory, where Tang scowls and wipes her eyes. What do you want? It'll be better the second time around. Helps Tangent. Tang nods. You're right. The first experiment was plagued by inefficiencies. She says, pushing herself off the lab bench. That's why I changed it in the first place. In the new experiment, I could eliminate those inefficiencies from the start. Thank you, Kita. You may have saved me 3 months of work. Losing the data was my fault, Tang continues. I wanted to prove I'm not the little kid from biology class, that I'm ready to work hard and really make great discoveries. Dr. Instance has always been there for me when I was a kid, and now with my mother gone. She's the only adult in this colony who sees what I could become. She says, she believes that I can be better than what I am. It's always been that way, I just really want to impress her. And I didn't know which of these to say because they both seem pretty supportive. And I just said, you will. Tang hums in agreement. I could certainly hope so. Card becomes yellow. Let's do this. No, that's not gonna work. Oh, crap, it doesn't work anyway. Oh, nice, super cool. Getting good creativity. I'm trying to boost my persuasion, though. It's really hard. Okay, now it's early dusk. So, okay, so let's try going. Let me see if there's a event out this month. Oh, flower. Okay, so I actually think if we go in here, yeah, our phone gives us a lot of creativity, but. We could try and keep... There's gotta be a better way to do persuasion. There's gotta be. Nope. I don't think there is. Alright, let's just get it up to a 10 for now, I guess. Congruence asks you to take a stack of blank paper and a box of pencils from the classroom nanoprinter and pass them out to the class. Today we will be practicing our handwriting, she announces. You hear Tangent groan beside you. But Congruence, she whines, why would we ever need to write by hand when we have hollow palms? This exercise will be part history lesson, part future skill. Congruence tells the class, in the future, you may not always have access to hollow palm technology. Very true. Our replicators and computers will break down eventually, and when they do, you will have to rely on low-tech solutions to everyday tasks. So first lesson, how to correctly hold a pencil. Are you scared, Congruence? Does that mean you're gonna shut down too? You and the other students get to work learning how to print by hand. It's a little bit like holding a stylus, but the texture is all wrong. Your letters are small and cramped, and you have trouble keeping them in a straight line. Tang, though, is suffering the worst. Ha! Mars laughs. Looks like we finally found something Tang isn't good at. Look, she keeps mixing up her lowercase a's and e's. Oh, I can see how that would... Tang is used to using a stylus with her hollow palm. But she's never actually drawn the letters. She fumbles like a child bashing her fists against a hollow palm for the first time. It's painful to watch. You can tell she's getting more frustrated with each letter. Mars, on the other hand, has lovely penmanship. She can even write in cursive. My papa taught me when I was little, she says, showing off her paper. Cultured people know how to write for real. I mean, the way I'm playing our character is that she's very helpful. I'll help you, Tangent. Tangent didn't like that. I figured she wouldn't. I don't need your help. Tang sneers. She hates being bad at something, but being patronized is even worse. I wasn't trying to be patronizing! Just let me do it myself, she grumbles, balling up her 5th piece of paper and tossing it to the floor. Mars laughs, but after a few minutes of tense silence, she looks over to Tang's work. You're pressing too hard, Mars tells her softly. Loosen your grip. It's different from typing in the air with a stylus. Try moving your shoulder instead of your wrist and fingers. Tang... Oh, sure. When Mars helps her, she doesn't get upset. Tang takes a deep breath and tries again, slow and deliberate. Mars nods and slides closer, putting her hand over Tang's and guiding her pencil in the paper. There, see? You're getting it, she murmurs. Tang's cheeks go pink. Hmm? After a minute, Tang eases her tension and her writing starts to flow more naturally. Thanks, she stammers, pushing her chair away from Mars. Hmm? I'm sensing something. 15, 16, 17. Ooh, I actually might be able to do that. Yeah. 5 kudos if total equals. Cool. So I get 5 more? Yeah, plus 5. Excellent. I love money. It's time for the 3rd annual Vertumna Festival. You gather your family in the colony square. Everyone takes a seat as Governor Udicott approaches the stage. She folds her hands and serenely addresses the crowd. What a pleasure to address you all today as your governor, she says, looking as pleased as she ever does. In under 3 years, we've built a colony of which we can be truly proud of. While we've suffered hardships and losses, we remain standing, as always, looking toward the future we are building together. Let us use this Midsummer Festival as a time to reflect on our many blessings, Udicott continues. Fresh water, good food, healthy children, and a strong community. Udicott bows her head, but first let us remember Professor Halitosis, who guided our children and kept our engines running for so many years. Chief Engineer Instance will be filling in with help from our ship's AI congruence, until someone can take up the mantle that rested so easily on Hal's broad shoulders. I would like to formally recognize our youngest council member ever, Utopia representing Expeditions. Udicott gestures for Utopia and Uncle Tonin to join her on stage. Thank you, Melatonin, for your years of service as head of Expeditions. Tonin gives Utopia's shoulder a squeeze. Utopia's been ready for this since we landed. I'll be staying back to work the comms from here, so I'm always a call away if you need me. Udicott invites the rest of the council to stand and be recognized among the crowd, including your mom, who huffs in annoyance. Bye. When the applause dies down and the council sits, Utopia remains standing. Actually, Auntie Utico, y'all mind if I just make a quick announcement? Utico nods and Utopia clears her throat. I just wanted to say thanks to y'all who are trusting me with this job, she says, her clear voice ringing out over the crowd. A cheer rises from Expeditions as she motions for them to quiet down. Uncle Tonin's left some big shoes to fill, and, well, I'm gonna give it my best. We're fixing to get to the bottom of what we're calling the shimmer. The sniffles folks have been getting during the pollen. Utopia continues. Until we do, please keep on wearing your masks, and when the pollen is thick, and let the doc know if you're under the weather. She bends down to hug the governor as she leaves the stage. Thank you, Utopia, Utica smiles warmly. And thank you to the rest of the council for their service. Live music starts playing and Utico smiles. And now it's time for games and feasting. The crowd disperses towards the feasting table, clearing the area of chairs so the children's competition can be held. Which will you do this year? I did reasoning, so science fair. Ah, good, we got the friendship back. Hold on, wait. Oh, we have 2 hearts of Cal. Tangent's project involves how the Surveyor's gliders work something to do with the materials they're made from, reacting with the magnetic field of the planet combined with solar energy collected from the wings. You tune her out, only zoning back when Tang stumbles through one of the judge's technical questions. You catch her look of pain frustration as she realizes she doesn't know the answer. The judge turns to you next. Present your project. Yeesh. Actually, I have a log. Ugh. 17, okay. I probably can manage that. 5. Yeah, that's not gonna work. 4, 4, 4, 4. Nice. You do an egg drop experiment taking fragile crystalline glass fruit and design 4 different ways to protect them from breaking after a long fall. 2 break, but 2 succeed. Your experiment is only a simple demonstration of physics, but the judge decides to award you for choosing something within your capabilities and doing it well. Tang is frustrated, but more at herself than you. She's not used to failure. Nice. After the festivities, you take time for a much-needed break, very relaxing break. Your dad sets up a slip and slide through the colony square, and everyone takes turns sliding on their stomachs and spraying water at each other. It's a lot of fun. You can feel your worries floating away in the hot dust suns. Nice. We get more money this month. If we decide to take advantage of that. Which might not be a bad idea. So let's go ahead. Save. How can I make money? What options do I have? I have farming and I have seeing what my dog's doing. And we have the delivery service. I guess we can do the delivery service. I think we've only done it once. We can also do the farming though. Increases our perception, but our perception's pretty great. Yeah, I think we're gonna do the farming instead. I want to take advantage of the status effects, but we'll do work on the farm. And we get 10 kudos, I think, yeah. And it's less stress as well, which is nice. It's a proud day for your mom. You're finally following in her footsteps. She meets you at the gate to the gardens. Hello, Sprout, she says, sounding chipper. Come on, we've got a lot to cover before you're able to keep up with the rest of us. Finally, some real farming. Your mom shows you around the fields and the geoponic domes. You'll mostly be working in the fields with the hardier earth crops like the potatoes and the corn, as well as the native plants we've managed to cultivate. She frowns. We'll figure out how to cultivate these native plants somehow. You spend the rest of the day pulling weeds and watering plants. You're dirty up to your waist by the time you've finished, but it's good, honest work. You're proud to be able to do something that helps out the colony. Cal gives you a high five and invites you for a cool drink in the cafeteria. All the other agriculturists join you. Of all the places in the colony you've worked, geoponics is the most like a family. Maybe because they've always been your family, thanks to your mom and dad. Three, 4, 5. Oh, that didn't work the way I thought it would. Shoot. I did this. Yeah, I thought that would be higher. +1 biology. From the brain. Oh, +20. +20 from exact score from battle condition and popular status. Wow, that was a lot of money. It is double what I earned, I guess. Native botany unlocks xenobotany research in geoponics. Oh, cool. +1 to physical cards. Oh, did our toughness get... Nice! Ha 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 ha. Just looking around. Can you take that from him? And our stress isn't that high. Part of me kind of wants to go out just to get some bravery points. We'll also probably collect some items if we do that as well. No, we probably should wait for next month. There's nothing happening outside right now. So let's go ahead and... we still need more toughness. Yeah, let's do it again. Oh, explore the Xenobotany lab. Hey kiddo, your dad says, looking up from his work desk where he's dissected a huge bell-shaped flower. Can you hand me the separator? I've really got my hands in there. Things here. You hand him the tool, which he uses to wedge open some sort of weird stoma-like opening inside the bell. Gooey purple nectar oozes out and pulls on the desk. Well, he exclaims, I thought I drained this little beauty. Can you get a towel, I guess? You help him mop up the flower juice. Yuck, it's sticky and smells like rotting vegetables. When you're done, he looks at you with pride. You know, I've been thinking of getting one of you kids to come and help me out with researching the native plants, he says. You think you might be able to break off some time to help your old man in the lab? I know you've been studying biology, he adds. It's not as glamorous as genetech research with instance, but it is important. He grins. Let me talk to your mom about it tonight before you go telling her. She's not a fan of alien plants, you know. If it were up to her, we'd fill these greenhouses with earth plants and nothing else. But there's gotta be more on this planet that we can cultivate. If you find any cool plants while you're exploring, bring them here and we can take a look at them. Okay. So what does this give me? 2 biology and 2 organizing. It's more money, but it's not... I guess we do need 40 biology, but... we're already kind of getting that, and we need both biology and toughness, so I think working on the farm's probably the best bet. You're pulling weeds from the garden beds when you see Cal scurry past you, moving with a purpose. He doesn't even stop to say hello before he disappears into a barn. Follow him. You slip into the barn behind Cal, and you're surprised to find him kneeling on the ground, feeding leaves to a small caterpillar-like creature. It scampers around him on its 6 stubby white feet, chirping and chittering at him. You're so surprised, actually, that you let the barn door close too loudly, and Cal's head snaps up. Kita, he gasps, trying to scoot the creature behind him. Yeah, so this is what I mean by I'm replaying, because you can see that there's this option here from a past life. It's not... I mean, it is, but it's not. I just had to load a previous save to replay these months. What is that thing? Cal sighs and scoops up the creature, cradling it in his arms. It immediately flips over and shows Cal its soft pink belly, begging for scritchies. This is Socks, Cal says quietly. I found her cocoon in one of the first shipments of mushwood, and I named her species a dillypiller, because I couldn't find anything like her in the Surveyor archives. I've been taking care of Socks for years, Cal insists. She's really sweet, I promise. I hope nobody finds out. Same here, Cal says. Do you remember Miss Manners, the mouse we found on the stratospheric? The grown-ups wouldn't let us keep her. He frowns. I wonder what happened to her in engineering. Maybe Tang knows. I wouldn't ask Tang. She would not sugarcoat that at all. He places Socks gently into the box and closes the lid. Go back to sleep, little buggy wuggy, he croons. Sleep tight. Nice. Getting a lot of biology. Got a lot of money, too. And I believe we know Early Wet is Mars's birthday, so we're gonna go get her a birthday cake. here. Oh, hey, Kita, Mars says, breezing past you. I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm on my way to work in command. She stops when you don't sound amazed enough. You know, the supply depot, she clarified, it's the most important job in the whole colony. Anything that gets made here goes through me first. Mars' smug smile gets somehow even more smug. Plus, I get the first pick of all the best stuff. Wow, Mars, that's amazing. You lay it on really thick. How Mars is just so cool, how everything she does is totally great, and how she's obviously the most important person in the colony. You're going to start a Mars fan club in her honor. She just laughs. Nice try, Kita, but thanks for the compliments. Then she just leaves, without even offering to help get you a job. Rat. Sucking up to Mars didn't work? What's next? Having to actually ask for what you want? Ugh. Maybe you could ask again later. Kita, come over here, Mars demands. When you do, she slings her arm across your shoulders and raises her hollow palm to take a picture. Look cool, she instructs you. I need to take a selfie with someone every day or I lose my streak. She presses her cheek against yours and purses her lips. The picture turns out okay. Mars slaps a filter on it and posts it to the colony message board. Here you go, it's a birthday cake. A birthday cake? Icing's a little uneven, Mars notes, and there are no candles, but keep practicing and you'll improve. I think I needed 20 to do the depot thing. Right? Oh no. Could I work there with you? Well, Mars hems and haws. I suppose it is a lot of work to do alone, and I do like you. We should stick together. Whatever Mars does to pull Administrator Seek's strings works, because an hour later you get a message from them on your holopalm. They're dubious that you'll be able to rise to the responsibilities of the role, but that's nothing new. Seek is dubious about everyone and everything, but they agree Mars would be more efficient if she had someone else to keep an eye on her. Depot clerk in command. Did I not have that, or was the delivery different? Well, I guess it was different. Ooh, I can get persuasion this way, and I can actually get along with Mars. Ooh, that's nice. I do still have the popular trait. We do need to go outside, though, this month. But I'm out of time. Okay, so we'll go outside next video. Alright. I will see everybody in the next video. And hopefully this tactic will help future videos not get corrupted. We can only hope, right? Alright, but I'll see everybody in the next video. Bye, guys.